As I told you that at a time, we should not give more information, and our information, the process of giving information, our process of diffusing information to the learners must be not very fast. It must be moderate. But at the same time, we are to think that the information should be effectively. For example, if I would teach a child chim, meme, chim is chamach. It can be in nursery class. It can be in the beginning. If the child has come to a bit higher level, that is, it is in LKG or it is in late of nursery, he has learned now the alphabet, then you are to stress that my aim is to teach this student here what the sounds. So it should be chim, cha, mim, chim, much, chamach, or it should be chim, mim, chum, chim, he, cha, chum, cha. Now what you are doing, number one, to teach a phoneme, it should be first level. The second level should be what? Teaching a syllable. Joining two phonemes and teaching a syllable. It should be second level. If you miss here, if you are not in a position to understand which grade I am talking and what should be my learning outcome. In the beginning, when the child has not learned anything, you would teach him just phonemes and letters. Phonemes means sounds, letters means symbol. It is symbol, chim is a letter, cha is phoneme. But when you have taught this child for some time, now he is capable of understanding chim for chamach, chim for chudiya. That means he has got the letter and he has got the phoneme. Then you would teach him to join two phonemes, sounds. Yes, you will teach him letters along their sounds. Then how to combine them. First of all, in late pre-nursery perhaps, when the child is reaching the age group of what? 4. He is towards the completion of 4. You would teach him to join two phonemes. Later on it can be 3 phonemes. But you would give him a scheme that these things are joined. You would not teach the child like, I am telling you, no, it happens like this, it happens like this. No, you should practically do it so that they do understand it. While teaching, you would make the child practice it. You will not just tell him, you will make him practice. For example, as we have started, instead of instructing a student, we used that even in the online classes, we would take a child and teach it. Yes, as you have seen in this video. You would do the same thing in all the subjects. It's not necessary. We started it from one subject, but let you proceed in all subjects like this. It is an example which is very live. Ask them that they will ask the questions for it. Yes, my question was, the point which I wanted to tell you was that you are to give child the environment in which he or she knows what is the phoneme which is represented by this letter, and how to join two phonemes, then how to join three phonemes, and then how to move on. You should be just a helper to the child. You are not, the performer. The performance must be performed by the student, by the learner. It should not be by you. So when you are going in the class, you are teaching, you are performing, you are showing your performance. No. The end result, the learning outcome should be that the child is performer. So when the child is performer, the method should not be that you instruct him, you instruct her, you order him and order her. Instead of that, it should be what? You are not helpers, you are guide. Guide. Helper means student is weak. When you help him, you mean he is weak. No, he is not weak. He's strong. You are just guide. You are having more experiences due to your elder age, and he's not having so much experiences. But he's not weak. He's not weak. Try yourself when you are leaving a child out of your class, he should be better than you. It's not easy what I'm talking about. You are not doing it. I complained about this ma'am to somebody. She's not doing well. Or somebody complained. But somebody else came there. He told me, no, sir. When new teachers of higher class, when we make the timetables, when we assign them the work, they want to teach the class of this particular teacher. Why? Because they think that she has trained them to the level where we feel it easy to do. Yes? Yes. So you should be performing like this, that when you are leaving a child, everyone should try that he pick up, catch it. Okay, this one thing. Mostly we envy, or sometimes we stop their growth. We think why he should know so many things. He has learned enough in this time. It is small kid. This learner is small. This is very bad. This jealousy, this envying is very bad. I feel myself, I know a lot of things. I'm teaching them. Sumaya should not ahead of me. If she will start training like this tomorrow here, what's my future? Then what I have done? Sometimes I see a small girl, a small boy, he has attained age, he has got the experience, and now he starts. I tell people, I have taught him. He's my daughter. This bad thing. No. Try yourself that human beings and apes, monkeys, gorillas, the different one. What? We transfer our whole lifetime experiences to the children without obstruction. So a child born nowadays and just brought up for some 14, 15 years, 14, 15 years, he knows more science than even great scientists of previous times. So you must do one thing, that when you are teaching the child, you try that he knows everything what I know. I knew it for some many years, but let me teach it as soon as possible. So that human race moves very fast. Human race moves very fast. Many people think it was, we have a character in history which we call as Abu Jahl. Abu Jahl, he was called Abul Hakam. He was called the father of wisdom because people thought him to be very wise. But when Prophet Muhammad started teaching Islam, revealing Islam to the people. Abu Hakam thought, oh, you were playing with me. We were fellows together. How come you know those many things? How come you know so much things? He envied. He envied. He was jealous. We also feel jealousy. When our younger ones, they grow a bit, they also come to know how come they are so fast, how come they are so quick. But prophethood, when we say we are teachers and teachers are doing the prophetic job, it means you are to transform them so quick and so fast as it's possible. We are not waiting that this child has completed the syllabus. Don't think about that. Try that this child knows as much as we can, as it possible by him within a short period of time. So, when you are teaching, yes, I was talking about how you will teach it. First of all, there should be age specification in this age group. He is necessary to know this much. It is to be completed, but later on, don't restrict him there. Try that he knows as much as I know in as short time as is possible. Yes, when you will bring up these students, these learners in such a way, then they will be accepted by all people. Admissions will be open for them. They will be with best of the knowledge. They will perform well. Their personalities will be quite well, and then they can do well. You should, yes, what I talked that we envy, but sometimes we don't feel that we envy. Sometimes we don't feel that we envy. It is very tough. Maybe with the passage of time, I will try that you realize your own selves are finally. You minutely see where do I envy my father, my mother, my sisters, my brothers, my children, and you will realize that and you would try to remove those things, and that would be, inshallah, the great thing which I would feel myself that I'm honored with. We envy with our children as well. I have a daughter, she has a class fellow. And when both of them are both of them are my students. But when the class fellow of my daughter performs better than my daughter, I don't feel good. I ask my daughter, why don't you perform as good as she performs? It's a type of envy. It's a type of jealousy. But I'm doing it in a good mood. I'm doing it with a good intention. But it is. We are to feel ourselves very properly, and then we are to move.